Offense set to get this drive started. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Second and 12 at the 38-yard line. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Wait.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Alpha. 55, mark, 55. I'm on. 49, check 49, check 49.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hey, exit. Here we go. Hey, check mark 33. Check mark 33. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike, check 33. 33. Check. Ain't no way.
From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10.
Hey, Delta. Right there in the middle, 55. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
To throw again, Carr. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
29. Hey, wahoo! Get the ball. Alert flare. Joker.
Throwing his Carr on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Nassib in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
From the 24, Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but now it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Let's go. Come on, Pittsburgh. Defense, let's go. Okay. Yeah. Strong right. Strong right. Zip it. We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. 24 is the mic. I got 1.
Throwing on second and 14. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
He may try and run for this. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
6-18.
From the 41, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Right now. 185. Get in the weight room. 36.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Raider 2. Hey, Raider 2. Hey, Deuce right, Chief.
On second and 12, Carr. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a second and 3. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now it's Jackson. He finds Taylor. Complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Jackson now. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get yo, Chief, 637. Smooth.
Now on 2nd and 16. Carr. It finds Randall Cobb on the completion. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, Charlie. 50, Mike's 50. No gain on this defense, no gain.
Operating from the gun. Carr. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go. Hey, echo. Get. Hey, turn it up. Shift, watch the shift.
From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr able to find Walner. That's complete. But he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
He's checking. Crash. Express. Move. Hey, alert 3.
Here's Jacobs. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Three down. Check 31, check 31.
Jackson to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut as the Ravens push further out in front. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Go!
Throwing again. Carr. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Carr now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it first and 10.
Hey, Haywood! Give me that ball! Give me that ball, defense! Check 24, check 24.
From the gun, Carr. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Bravo!
On first and 10, here's Carr. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
A gain of 3, second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for the Ravens, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night.